Well, right now, birds are reported to be minorly attacking civilians and locals in San Francisco. Many reports of these birds coming down and at maximum scraping them with their feet. The situation is not very dangerous, but it is recommended you should not approach a large group of birds as they may hurt you. About 25 reports of this were reported all over Northern California. Other reports of birds and crows flying into doors and buildings are reported. Right now, we have one of our reporters in downtown San Francisco. Dan?
Well, thanks. About 2 hours ago, I was getting into my car and I saw about 5 seagulls on the roof of the car. I ignored it at first, expecting them to go away once I approached the car, but they didn't. Again, I didn't think twice and I just waved my hands at them, expecting them to, again, go away. After a while of trying to shoo them and other little things like that, I slapped the seagull off the car lightly, and just until then, they reacted by flying away. It really wasn't funny, but just flat out strange. This is the only time this has happened, and I hope it never happens again. Thanks.
This is the news update for San Francisco Nightly News. Right now, many reports of birds and crows smashing into high-rise buildings and homes were reported throughout Northern California. They also are reported to be in a very tight area with about 200 of them in one place, not reacting to any kind of human life at all. They would eventually leave the area after about 2 days. One report of a bird slamming into someone's forehead and knocking them out cold was reported. That man was undergoing critical medical care. Oh, looks like we got caller on. Caller 1?
The following message is transmitted at the request of the San Francisco Police Department. At 3:30 a.m., multiple reports of crows and birds attacking civilians and destroying loose property were reported. It is unknown what is causing this, but as a precaution, you should take proper precautions when outside by not approaching any large group of birds in case you get attacked by them. 8 injuries were reported from this. It's recommended to stay indoors and to not go outside. If you see even a single bird squawking loudly, you should leave the area as soon as possible. If you encounter a squawking bird, remain calm and do not make any sudden movements, as this can cause panic to them, resulting in many of them attacking you by either kicking you or pecking you. You should not attack any bird, as more birds may arrive and attack you. More reports of birds crashing into windows and glass are being reported. Scientists are looking into the situation and will attempt to see what is currently happening. This is WSFTE serving the San Francisco area. Please stay tuned to news and information on the situation. This message will repeat in 30 minutes.
British 4351 requesting ILS landing to runway 09, altitude 5,000 feet, heading 350.
British 4351 turn right heading 154, maintain level 4,000 feet, contact landing at 987.35.
Turning right heading 350, British 4351. What's that ahead of us? Holy shit, bird!
Bank angle, 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 bank angle.
Current time 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Weekly forecast. Wednesday 80 degrees and a 50% chance of rain. Thursday 82 degrees with a 20% chance of rain. Friday 90 degrees with a 0% chance of rain. News today is that Emirates has made a new order for the new Boeing Concorde jet. This aircraft has 2 stories like an Airbus 380, but it can travel the same as a Concorde jet of 800 miles per hour. This really is shocking to many people, as after the crash of Emirates Airlines 354, that was a Boeing aircraft that crashed due to an elevator failure that killed 3 people during landing. Civil danger warning for northwestern San Francisco. At 7:01 a.m., a massive fire has broken out at a gas station after a bird attacked someone fueling the car. The fire had caused a massive explosion in the area. Another report of birds in the area attacking anyone in the area due to the bright light coming off of the fire using violent means with their beaks and legs. Firefighters are struggling to contain the situation but are currently unsuccessful. At this time, if you are in this area, you should seek a shelter now in an enclosed room without windows. Do not go outside as birds will attack you. It is unknown what is causing this, but more scientists and animal enthusiasts will look into the situation more. Small birds and chickens are not dangerous at this time. If you encounter any birds, remain calm and do not make any sudden movements to make the birds react in any way. Walk slowly away or stay put and wait for the birds to go away naturally. Please do not make any kind of fire such as bonfire in a backyard or use a loud machine outside such as a woodcutter. Keep in mind that birds will smash into windows to attack you if in a car. Do not attempt to shoo the birds away by all means. If you hear any kind of noise that sounds unnatural or aggressive, walk away and enter a nearby building with limited glass and with a sturdy wall such as brick. Stay tuned to news and information as they come available on the situation. Hello everyone and welcome to the Good Morning San Francisco News. Right now there is a major danger threatening the whole city. A virus-like is infecting birds, causing them to violently attacking people in San Francisco. Everyone in northern San Francisco is currently sheltering in place, as well as other nearby towns in Northern California. Well, right now we have one report of about 100 birds flying through a hotel room fireplace, causing major fatalities and injuries there. Someone in that hotel at that time is here in our studio and has agreed to do an interview with us. So Mr. Billings, at the time of the birds entering the hotel, what happened?
Well, after the birds came in, I heard tons of screaming, so I exited my room and attempted to investigate. Right before I could enter that room, the lady in there burst out covered in blood, still screaming. I assisted her to my room and I dialed 911 as fast as I could. The birds made this odd noise like a sick crow noise. The police did come and save us, but before I left I saw one of the most scariest, disturbing thing that I hope no one or anyone would ever see before. And that was a man with appeared to have his eyes forcefully pecked out of his skull, with scrapes to his bone all over his leg, face and arms. I left and ran, and I never looked back. The most scariest part of it was that it was silent. No sirens, no one in sight. Police had said they are investigating this situation and has found in place to stay with a roommate who is nice to me. For me, this bird situation may be a threat to our nation. This bird incident may be taking a very deadly turn for all of us. Well, thank you for your time. I wish the best for you.
following message is being transmitted at the request of the San Francisco Police Department. At 10:30 p.m., a major discovery has been found out from the birds, and that is birds are discovered to be attacking people by pecking people's eyes out and or scraping people to the bone while they are still alive. This situation is becoming very serious, and anyone in California should take serious and correct action as soon as possible. Seek a steady shelter with fireplaces, and any entrance to your home shut as securely as possible. If a bird enter your home, leave your home, but attempt to shoo it away using any kind of fire extinguisher or pepper spray. Do not wear any bright clothing or make any kind of loud noise to attract birds. Use caution inside as reports of birds entering through attics, through roofs, and any other insecure part of a home. Open doors slowly and block fireplaces. Some other recommendations are to put wood boards on windows and doors to prevent them from entering your home. Fires are occurring all over the state of California and are having trouble being contained, causing more birds to be attracted to the area. Martial law may be put into effect shortly. However, European and Asian scientists, fire departments are volunteering to help this situation with planes flying over the areas on fire to halt the fires. Stay tuned to local news outlets on this dangerous situation. This message will repeat.
Well, right now, scientists across the world are working around the clock to solve the mystery of the birds attacking people in California and the deaths of 10,000 people and 2,000 injuries. Fires are still occurring over California and is worse than the 2021 fire outbreak. 20 plane crashes occurred attempting to fly over and extinguish the fires. Planes have attempted to fly higher over 7,000 feet but really was not enough to extinguish it. 3 passenger airplanes, 1 out of 3, crashed due to the bird issue. Therefore, LAX and other airports will be closed in California. Scientists have said that this bird may be genetically modified or a disease may be occurring. Only about 30,000 of these birds have been confirmed to be killed. This is very disturbing, as reports of people's legs being ripped off their bodies and eyes being pecked out. Parts of San Francisco look like an abandoned town, as there was reports of no one sight. Martial law is almost in effect as well. The right to bear arms against birds will be in effect. This situation. Current time 7:01 a.m. Well, let's kick this morning off with some Scarface.
Following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. At 10:30 a.m., cities in California are being partly abandoned because of birds violently attacking people by pecking eyes out into the violent means. Remain calm. If you see a large group of birds flying at you, run away. If the birds are still, remain calm and don't make sudden movements. All reserves and the National Guards will be armed and defend the country using any means. If you see a fire in your home, use a fire diffuser to disarm the fire. The fire department will be unable to help assist you. The Golden Gate Bridge has been destroyed after a gas tanker crashed into the side of the bridge. Scientists are begging to attempt to make a cure for this situation. These birds also have the power to break through loose walls and roofs. Therefore, check on all rooms often, calmly and slowly. Hospitals are still open, and if you are hurt you should drive to a nearby hospital. Stay tuned to news and information on this situation.
Walk along a razor's edge, but don't look down, just keep your head or you'll be finished.
So right now I'm in my shelter and we're going to gather news from CNN, Fox, and other news sources on the bird situation here. So right now about 50,000 deaths have occurred from this situation. Scientists have not come up with a cure, but they are in process of doing that. And we are urging all viewers to not approach any birds and to close all fireplaces as reports of birds are flying through that. We have had a news report of something that made me gag. Someone was lying in the middle of the street with beak cuts all the way down to the bone, eyes physically pecked out due to the bird's beak. There are fires occurring all across the state, and the U.S. government and other European governments and other governments across the world are attempting to put out the fires, but are just spreading even more. You should put wood planks on doors and windows to protect yourself against any birds that may enter through here, and you should bear arms against these in case they enter your home, or use any kind of fire extinguisher or pepper spray. But you should leave your home as soon as possible after that, as this is just a temporarily used. Anyone hearing this should not evacuate. It's too late to evacuate. Holy shit! Alright, a bird just smashed into the window. Hold on. I don't think I can do this much longer. We have to end the program shortly. Oh my god!
This is a national emergency. Please stand by. This is a national The following message is transmitted at the request of the New York Police Department. At 3:30 a.m., birds in the area are attacking people all over the globe. These birds reproduce at fast rate and are genetically modified. Do not approach any bird such as a seagull, pigeon, crow and other birds. You should seek shelter now as there may not be any nearby shelter. Some hospitals are still open and are being opened as shelters. At this time, gather food and water and stay indoors unless you have a major emergency. Most emergency services will be unable to assist you. Please put wood planks on doors and windows now. Humanity's excitation may end us. Some governments have already fallen. Gather family members and pray to your God. The President and all of Congress has been killed. At this time, cover all entrances such as fireplaces and ventilation systems. Please do not evacuate but seek a shelter now. Martial law is in effect. Do not go outside. It's estimated that the excitation of humans may end within 5 months. If a bird enters your home, defend yourself and do not leave your home at all. The President will speak shortly. This message will repeat.